Welcome to Keeping It Real with KC. I am your host, KC Phoenix, and this is Saturday, the weekend, finally. So, the official episodes of Keeping It Real with KC are here, and I'm so happy that I get to do these episodes. It gives me a break from the lifestyle stuff, and I can sort of do the sigh, just of relief. So yeah, movie recommendation episodes. I decided to add this to the show and do them at least once a month. So all three episodes for the weekend will be movie recommendations. Two of the episodes, or should I say, two of the recommendations, came about because I was watching someone on YouTube and he brought up a movie. He was talking about one of the characters in the movie. And I was like, oh yeah, I love that movie. So I was like, that want to be one of my recommendations. And then the other movie recommendation, the reason I'm doing it, is because it's Labor Day weekend. And for that movie recommendation, the Labor Day weekend thing is hilarious. And for those who may not know or have not watched or listened to the last episode when I did a movie recommendation, I'll give some spoilers, but I will not give all of the spoilers. So, yeah, this particular movie is one that I absolutely had to do. And for the last movie recommendation that I did His Girl Friday for the last one. And then also I mentioned as a, I guess you could say a bonus during that episode, I mentioned Jakku because I'm pretty sure I mentioned His Girl Friday before during just randomly, because for those who listen to the show, you know I randomly talk about stuff from time to time, or just about all the time. So you know that I go off on these long trails and stuff. And I'm pretty sure I may have mentioned His Girl Friday before, so that's why I added Jakku to that movie recommendation with His Girl Friday for the last one I did. All right. So for this movie recommendation today, I've seen this movie I don't know how many times. I've certain scenes I know word for word. As in, once it starts, I can start giving you the lines without a problem. And this movie is one of the reasons I believe Eddie Murphy is the greatest comedic entertainer of all time. And he doesn't get his respect, which I mentioned before. And of course, the movie I'm talking about is Harlem Nights. Harlem Nights, I'm sure a lot of people have seen it. If you have not seen Harlem Nights, I strongly recommend you see it. Now, if you are sensitive to foul language, then it may not be the movie for you, because almost every other sentence has a cuss word in it. So, and that's just another thing to let you know, because I know when I talked about His Girl Friday, I mentioned how it didn't have any foul language, it didn't have any nudity, it didn't have any, sexual innuendo or anything like that. And it's really cool they were able to do that with His Girl Friday. I'm not a prude. I watch all types of movies. I've seen all types of movies. With Harlem Nights, there's a lot of language in it, but it's still a really great movie. And I feel people slept. I'm stretching. That's why I'm moving backwards. I had to pull because I was sitting Indian style, and I had to pull my right leg out because I had to stretch it. But I feel a lot of people slept on that movie, and it was just a really amazing movie. the thing that made the movie amazing to me is that it was produced, written, and directed by Eddie Murphy. He wrote, produced, and directed it. And also, another thing that made this movie so great is that he had the greats in the movie with Red Fox, with Richard Pryor, Robin Harris. I was about to say Robin Williams, but Robin Harris. He had the greats in the movie, and the synergy was there. And Della Reese, Vera, it's amazing how she went from that to Touched by an Angel. So, and for those who may not be familiar with Della Reese and Red Fox have worked together before. And they were planning on working together after Harlem Nights. You know, fun fact, after Harlem Nights, the chemistry between her and Red Fox in that movie was so good. They were planning on doing a sitcom, but then Red Fox had died. And he actually, if I'm not mistaken, he died on set too. You can research that. But yeah, their chemistry, Red Fox and Della Reese, their chemistry was amazing. But Della Reese is one of the biggest stars in that movie, all because of the fight scene. Everyone, even if you haven't seen Harlem Nights, everyone knows about the fight scene. He shot me in my pinky toe. So, and that fight scene is hilarious. And even what led up to the fight scene was hilarious. Because you're like, are you accusing me of stealing? Oh, are you in charge of girls? I am in charge of girls. Are you in charge of the girls? I am in charge of the girls. Oh, boy. I'm telling you. If you haven't seen Harlem Nights, if you don't mind the foul language, I strongly recommend you see it. It's really, really good. Richard Pryor was amazing. The guy who played Bugsy Calhoun, I don't recall his name off the top of my head, but he was really good too. He was really good. Also, what is his name? That played on Martin. The guy who played on Martin as Tommy. He played in Harlem Nights as well. Also, Arsenio Hall was in Harlem Nights. There were so many great comedians and actors in Harlem Nights. It's the talent that Eddie Murphy was able to pull together for that movie is ridiculous. There was a ton of talent that he pulled together for that movie. And everyone, they brought their A game, as far as I'm concerned. Jasmine Guy was good. She wasn't necessarily the comedic, the comic relief in the film, but still what she brought to the film, she did a great job of bringing it. And I enjoyed her character too. But my favorite character will always be Vera. Vera Della Reese, my favorite character. My favorite character. So, yeah, that is my movie recommendation, Harlem Nights. If you haven't seen it, also with the kids scene as well, which is how they open, spoiler, on that when the guy says he has bad luck with kids and he didn't want to roll the dice while a kid was in the room because he felt he would lose. And I'm not going to tell you what happens when he rolls the dice, but yeah, he has bad luck with kids. So, and there's just so many other little things. When with Jasmine Guy, her character's name was Dominique LaRue, And Red Fox was talking about they'll do the voodoo on you and bury your drawers in the yard and you can't go anywhere for a week or something. It's something like that. And then Richard Pryor's character, Sugar, was like, bury your drawers in the yard? So, yeah, it's a funny movie. It is funny. There are so many funny scenes in that movie. And there are serious scenes too. It's definitely a mix of everything. But it is a comedy. It is a comedy. And it takes place back a long time ago. I want to say the 30s, maybe? It's a long time ago. It takes place back decades and decades and decades ago. But it was just really cool. The costumes were great as well. For that time period, whoever did the costumes, they did a great job as well. Everything was just on point. And Eddie Murphy doesn't receive enough credit for that movie. That movie is an amazing movie. And it's one of my favorite movies, too. So I had to recommend it to those who have not seen it. And if you have seen it, it's Labor Day weekend. Why not watch it again? So anyways, that is my movie recommendation. I have 2 more movie recommendations coming up. Thank you to everyone who have been listening, liking, sharing, subscribing, supporting, all that stuff. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. KIRWKC on Instagram, on Twitter, facebook.com/KIRWKC. And then, of course, YouTube, you can type in KIRWKC. It will bring you to the page. If you click the subscribe button followed by the notification bell, you will know when I upload new episodes. And the same thing with Daily Motion, KIRWKC, and you can click the subscribe button and know when I upload new episodes there. Thank you again to everyone who has been supporting. I appreciate it. Be blessed.